Hello, and thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Dr. Jessica Griffith-Echito.
And I'm your host, Dr. Samantha Hayes, and we are your resilience and well-being specialists.
We are so glad you're here, whether you're commuting, folding laundry, or taking a quiet walk. Thanks for spending a little time with us today. Today's topic is one that I think we can all relate to. How do we stay grounded when life keeps shifting around us? We're diving into what that truly means to be flexible, adaptable, and resilient in a world that refuses to slow down.
And it doesn't slow down. Like, I don't know about you, Jessica, but it's not slowing down for me.
That's why I talk so fast.
And sometimes, just when we feel like we have that footing underneath us, something changes. And I say sometimes, and I feel like that is more times than not. So I don't know about the sometimes, but it can feel like we are constantly trying to catch up,
Mhm.
but never quite arriving there. Just not quite getting that. And that's why conversations like this are so important. They give us space to pause, reflect, and build skills that can actually make a difference.
Exactly. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by unexpected changes, or if you just wanted to handle life's curveballs with a little more confidence, you're in the right place.
And we're not just talking about bouncing back from the big stuff, right? Because even the everyday stressors like schedule changes, miscommunication, uncertainty, they all test our flexibility and our resiliency.
Totally. Totally. So today we're going to explore what these qualities really look like in action, whether they matter more than ever. Nope. Why they matter more than ever. Your eyebrows went like up a little bit on me. Why they matter more than ever. They do matter more than ever,
They
not
do, they
whether.
do.
And how you can strengthen them starting today. And a quick heads up, we're also introducing something we're really excited about later in the episode, and that is our Building Resilience and Flexibility in a Changing World course. Now, let's take a closer look at two essential skills that really shape how we experience change: flexibility and adaptability. They're often used together, and while they're closely related, they're not quite the same thing.
That's right. Flexibility is about our willingness to shift. It's that inner openness to the idea that things might not go according to plan. And that's okay, right? That's okay. Adaptability, on the other hand, is about our ability to take meaningful action when things change. So one is about mindset, and the other is about action.
Right, exactly. And what's funny is as you're talking about things not going according to plan, my eyes are still watering, like just coming out this side as we're talking. So it's like, I'm going to adapt and grab a tissue.
I love it. You're modeling
You're
the
like,
true resiliency skills right
like as
here.
I smile, here it comes. And it's like I'm allergic to my makeup out of nowhere, but I'm not. It's just the weather here. So anyway, so together they form a powerful combination. If we're willing to shift and be able to respond effectively, we're in a much better place to navigate whatever comes our way.
And these skills matter so much, especially in a fast-paced world or unpredictable environments. Develop, developing flexibility and adaptability can help us reduce stress, improve our responsiveness, and keep a clear head when things feel uncertain. Uncertain. I'm adding in
Uncertain.
vowels and consonants
Uncertain.
today.
Yeah, and it's funny, like the irony behind this topic today, my dog's downstairs making weird noises, and I'm going, why now? I'm recording.
Ah.
Okay, so here's something to think about. On a scale of 1 to 10, how flexible are you under stress?
Hmm.
Be honest with yourself. Are you able to roll with the punches, or do you find yourself resisting, trying to hold things in place even when they're clearly shifting? Like me not wanting to go to video in our podcast
This
when I told you.
podcast is why is it every podcast episode we're like, gosh, yes, we needed this one. Like,
I
and
needed this one. Yes, yes.
I
This is my uncomfortable one, and I'll get through it, right?
yeah. And as you said that, I'm like, what a powerful question to reflect on. On a scale of 1 to 10, how flexible are you under stress? So when you're reflecting on it, it's not about judging yourself. It's about noticing where you are right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And maybe today feels like I'm not flexible at all. 10. I don't know which scale you're going on. 1. I don't know which side is what, but
True. I don't know. I don't know. I just threw that out there. So I would say 10 would be inflexible, maybe. I
okay.
don't know. I'm not
Okay.
sure, but
Okay.
right? I'm
That's
not
the way
sure.
I was going. But so anyway, for some people, structure is comfort. And I would say for more people than not, structure is comfort. Most of us love structure. We love routines. Even when we say, like, I'm not a routine follower. If you look at your day, most of us have specific routines and structure
Mhm.
that are set up for our own comfort. Your brain is set that way. Okay. For some others, there are some who like that change feels energizing.
Right?
Neither one is right or wrong, though, but it's just understanding what your default response is when that happens, because that's the
Right.
first step.
Right. Right. And I'll tell you, so, we talked about I didn't want to do this on camera, I was struggling with it. And then it was like, let's go back to cast, let's go back to cast. And it's like, no, because if I do, it will be easier for me to not accept this change later. It's not like I'm going to come back later and be like, oh, now I can. Right. It's like, no, I got it. I'm just going to make it through this change. What an ironic concept to talk about on our first time of me being on video with our podcast, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So here's another prompt to sit with. So ask yourself, do I cling to plans or can I adjust when things don't go as expected? It's just one question that can open the door to so much insight, right?
Mm.
Like, do you cling to plans or can I adjust when things don't go as expected?
Depends.
It really depends on my mood.
It depends what the plan is and what the
Right.
alternative is.
How embedded was this plan in my soul? Right. So, understanding your relationship with flexibility and adaptability gives you a foundation. It helps you recognize your strengths and where you might want to grow. As we move forward, we'll be sharing strategies to help you do just that. So, now that we've talked about what flexibility and adaptability are, let's get into the how. What are some concrete ways that we can actually become more adaptable in daily life? Because the truth is, this is a skill that you can build with practice.
Absolutely. And the first tool we want to talk about is reframing rigid thinking.
Hmm.
And I bet you most of our listeners are like, it's not me.
Oh, it's me.
But
It's
I, I,
me.
I, I bet if you like sit with yourself for a little bit of time, you'll
Yeah,
realize you have parts of your thinking that are rigid. Like we all do. There's no shame when we talk about this.
right.
It's just where we're at. Sometimes we get so locked in to how we think things should be that we miss out on new opportunities or
Mhm.
creative solutions. So, reframing it means challenging the story you're telling yourself. So, instead of saying, this change is ruining everything,
Right.
losing my job is ruining my life.
Yeah. Or your title, or you're like,
Uh huh.
whatever it is you're hooked to,
Uh
whatever it
huh.
is you're dependent on in your psyche.
Yep. Yep. So, instead of like clinging to that rigid idea,
Hmm.
you can ask yourself, what could this make possible, right? Like, what door or opportunity does this open up?
Right. And that shift in perspective is huge. It's huge. It's the shift from holding on to what holds us down and holds us back or makes us feel bad about ourselves into something more positive. So it doesn't mean pretending that everything is great when it's not.
Right.
It opens up that space for us to respond differently.
Mm-hmm.
So like one reframe is changing, why is this happening to me? Into what can I learn from this? And I actually, oh, where did it go? It fell off. I keep a sticky note that says, what can I learn from this right here? And it is not there. And I bet you it's on the floor. And I don't want to like bend down and get it. But when I'm feeling myself get, ugh, like get that feeling, I will look at that sticky note. It's a bright orange sticky. And I ask myself, what can I learn from this? Because so many things go wrong in the
Yes.
daily computer
Yes.
world. You're just sitting at your desk working and
Yes.
So what can I learn from this? Not why is my computer always,
Yes.
shutting down? It's, what can I learn from this? So
Yeah. We talk about that shift in perspective. That's what it really is, right? A
yeah,
shift in perspective. We talk about that all the time for so many things.
yeah, yeah.
We just need to be more open to it in situations where we're really challenged.
We have to be able to recognize it. Like today, I was like, oh gosh, I might just throw in the whole towel and not even record a podcast episode today. And then when you said let's go to cast, I was like, oh, that really that it was a very peaceful suggestion for me, right? It was to bring me peace. But I was like, if I do that, I know I'm not coming out of this.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
that shift and I can do this. But it was with
Yes.
this like, ah. So, okay.
Okay, so another tool is what we call if-then planning. It's a simple way to prepare
Yeah.
yourself mentally for change, right? So, for example, if my plans get canceled, then I'll use that time to catch up on reading. That is never one I have to worry about. Like, I'm like, what? Plans canceled? Boom.
Forever. That's me. Yeah. Oh, are they canceled? Oh, I guess I'm gonna read.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, okay, so maybe you're at work, you're having this big project, right? If the project
Yeah.
timeline shifts,
Yeah.
that can feel debilitating. Like we've
Right.
all been in that situation, right? But then you can say, okay, what can I do instead? Like, what's my if then? Like, if the project timeline shifts, then I'll meet with my team to recalibrate or we'll
Yeah.
set a different plan, right? Having those if then options ready helps you stay calm and act quickly when things do shift
Yep.
because they are probably going
They're
to.
always shifting. So it's like creating a flexible safety net.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're not clinging to a rigid plan, but you're not under or unprepared either.
Correct. Yeah. Okay, so the third strategy is something we call adaptability experiments. And these are small, intentional changes
Hmm.
you make in your routine just to practice being flexible. Like it's like setting yourself up for it, right? Like instead of getting up and immediately brushing my teeth,
Okay. You're hurting me right now, but go ahead.
can you see? Like I'm like picking at my
I
nails.
know, I can see you're like, okay, maybe that's the wrong example. I have to brush my teeth first. Oh, goodness gracious. My eye.
I
Like,
can't even
stop
go with
making me
it.
laugh. Okay. You can't think of another example? Sorry.
Oh, so instead of getting up and immediately brushing my teeth, I am going to take my shower first, right? Like,
We
I'm,
get it. We get,
yes. Say, I mean, you get the other, but it's like
yeah,
making those like forcible changes. Like, remember we said everybody's like, oh, I'm not a routine person, but yeah, how many brush your teeth in the same time frame every single day? But anyway,
yeah,
so like really pushing yourself to change your schedule slightly, or it might be like saying yes to something you'd normally hesitate about.
yeah,
Um, and I'm not talking about like removing your boundaries and saying yes, when you're going outside your boundaries. I'm talking about
right,
like those little things, right? It doesn't have to be big to be effective.
right. I love that. I love that. I will share that I had a therapist at one time. I just loved her. And she had said, change up the order with what you do in the morning
Mm,
to
yeah.
bring just like a little bit of life back into your day. Just, because working from home, everything's the same. Like I
Mm-hmm.
put on the same, comfy clothes. I sit on the same couch or I sit at the same desk, whatever the case is. And she said, just change up the order.
Yeah.
So the brushing your teeth one still, like that got us both because it's like, no, wait, I have to, like, I don't even like to shower before brushing my teeth because it's like I have to brush my teeth first. But that's exactly what she was saying was just switch up
Right.
your day. So that's I love it. And I did it and it's really helpful. So you're training your brain to be more open and creative when the unexpected happens. So you're not holding on to that rigid structure.
Yeah.
And you're doing it in a low stakes way instead of
Yes.
high stakes, like not
Yes.
picking your career and job. You're just doing it in a low stakes. So here's our invitation for this week. Try one of those three strategies, just one. Maybe reframe a frustrating moment, create an if then plan, or try a mini adaptability experiment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then take a moment to jot down what happened, what worked, what surprised you. Even the small wins count.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of those tools build confidence over time that you can handle change, just like changing the routine up in the morning. If you want to do brushing your teeth after taking your shower, we're all for it. You don't have to not like it because we don't. And the more you use them, the more natural adaptability starts
Mhm.
to feel.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So now that we've talked about adaptability, let's shift into something that really brings it all together, resilience. This is one of those words that we hear a lot, especially with our company name, but it's easy to overlook when you're actually trying to put it into practice. Okay.
Mhm.
So resilience is
Mhm.
not something you're either born with or not born with. It's a skill. Like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and strengthened over time.
Yeah, and I love that because it means there's no pressure to be perfect because none of us are. You don't have to have it all together to be resilient. I feel like I am resilient and I do not have it all together. So
Right, right. Same. Same.
it just means you're willing to grow through what you're going through, right? Like we look at it and we're like, okay, I'm going to grow with this. I'm not just going to get stuck.
Right.
There are a few key components that really support resilience. And the first one is support systems. No surprise to anybody who has listened to us for the many years we've had a podcast.
Right.
We all need people in our corner, whether it's friends, family, coworkers, coaches, really anybody who's a reliable connection makes a huge difference when your life feels shaky.
It really does. And you always use that word, community.
Yes.
That's your word.
Hmm.
The second component is purpose. This is about having something meaningful that grounds you. It could be work, it could be family, a personal mission, or just a deep value that guides your choices. Purpose helps us stay steady when things feel uncertain.
Yeah, and the third is adaptability, which we've already been exploring in this episode, but within the context of resilience, it means being able to pivot,
Mhm.
adjust, and recover after setbacks. I lots of times will say like it's not always about taking a step forward, like that's the pivot, right? Like sometimes it's taking a step to the side or whatever,
Yep.
but not being stuck in that setback mode. Not every challenge is going to knock you over, but when one does, your ability to bounce back is what makes you resilient.
Yep. That weeble wobble doll that we've talked
I
about
know. That
a
was
few
such a good
times.
analogy.
Such a good analogy. It's such a good analogy. I need to make it into some type of sign.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Mm.
So there is a strong connection between resilience and mental well-being. When we have those support systems, a sense of purpose, and the ability to adapt, we tend to feel more hopeful, less anxious, and better able to manage stress.
And there are healthy coping mechanisms that can help reinforce all of this. Things
Mhm.
like breath work to calm your nervous system, because lots of times that's what's happening, right? Our nervous system is like, ah.
Yep.
Journaling to help you process your thoughts if you're spiraling internally or something else is going on, reframing your setbacks, that shift in perspective so you can see the bigger picture because lots of times we get stuck in the weeds.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and then reaching out for support to your community if you're feeling isolated at all.
Yep. And all of those things add up, right? And they seem like such small shifts, and we're always talking about these shifts, but they add up and they help you to feel more resilient over time. So you may not see the results overnight or right when you do the first little thing, but over time they build that inner strength and they help you build confidence.
Yep.
And that is what resilience really looks like. It's not just bouncing back like the Weeble Wobble doll, right? It's
Yes.
coming back with more insight, more clarity, and more self-trust, which is critical. Critical. Okay, so far we've explored what flexibility, adaptability, and resilience really mean, why they matter, and how to strengthen them. Now let's bring it all together and talk about what this looks like in real life.
Yeah, because it's one thing to understand the concepts, but it's
Mhm.
another thing to actually apply it when life throws you curveballs.
Yep.
So let's say, for example, you find out that your job role is suddenly changing, or maybe you don't have a job anymore at all. Um, that can bring up a lot of fear,
Mhm.
frustration, even a sense of loss, right? There is grief in that.
Yep.
But if you've been practicing flexibility and adaptability, with some of the other things we've been suggesting and what we're going to talk about, like you might be able to respond differently in that situation.
Right, right. And I notice that I do.
Mhm.
I mean, I might not always remember to do these things, but
Yeah.
I do notice that I do. So I notice that I have paused and reframe a situation.
Yep.
What is the story I'm telling myself right now, or the story I'm telling myself is such a huge shift
Yep.
that it it what even if it's the change. So the story I'm telling myself about this change is, and then stating it makes it real and could oftentimes see how maybe outrageous your thought spiral was going on that change. So other examples might be, what new opportunities can come from this change, or how can I adjust while staying true to my values? So if you know what your values are, like, okay, so my values are blank and blank, how is this change going to impact them? And then knowing that it's not
Mhm.
usually takes that weight off. Those moments of awareness make all the difference.
Yeah. So let's imagine a personal situation. Maybe a friend cancels last minute or a family plan gets rearranged, which never happens. It might seem small, but those moments are where flexibility shows up. If you're able to adapt without spiraling, you're excellent. Man, you're exercising your resilience muscles, right? It's like we train at the gym, like we work on our muscles for our body. We also have to do that with resilience.
Exactly. 100%. So let's take a moment to reflect. We've learned a lot. We've talked about a lot today. So think about your own life right now. What is your current response to change look like? Do you tend to resist it? Do you try to control it? Or do you lean in with curiosity?
Okay, so, and here's another question. How could you shift your approach to feel more grounded and empowered
Mm.
the next time something unexpected comes up? Maybe it's slowing down instead of reacting right away, right? Like
Yeah.
taking that intentional pause. Maybe it's reaching out instead of retreating, Like I'm not going to lie, lots of times I like to retreat. So reaching out would be one for me.
Hmm.
There's no one right answer, but those small shifts matter.
They're so important.
Yep.
That awareness that you're having a moment with
Yes.
change is so important.
Yeah.
So if this conversation is resonating with you and you want to dive deeper into these ideas, we invite you to check out our Building Resilience and Flexibility in a Changing World course. It's a mouthful.
It is. It's good, but it's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful, yeah. It's filled with exercises, reflections, and tools to help you build these skills in a really practical and personalized way. When you take the time to do the inner work, you give yourself the strength to move through these changes with more ease and clarity. I thought you were telling me to stop.
No, I'm like raising the roof.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And that is a powerful gift to give yourself.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's look at some key takeaways and insights from today. Let's cover. Oh, no, I'm gonna do that again. Take this off. I'm gonna have to start waving at you so you know, like, I'll be like, I don't know. As we wrap up today's episode, let's take a moment to highlight the key insights we've explored together.
We started by breaking down the difference between flexibility and adaptability. Remember, they're two different things, not four, two. Flexibility is you're willing to shift, and adaptability is your ability to take meaningful action when things change. Shift, action, right? Together, they help you navigate uncertainty with more ease.
Yeah. We also talked about resilience and how it's not a fixed trait. It's something you can build over time, a choice at a time. Support systems, your community, a sense of purpose, and a positive mindset of adaptability all play a part in creating that foundation.
Yep. And we gave you some practical tools too, like reframing that rigid thinking, using if then planning, and trying small
So good.
adaptability experiments to stretch your comfort zone in safe ways.
Yeah.
These are all things you can start today.
Right. So here's our invitation to you. Reflect on one small way that you can respond to change with more confidence this week. Maybe it's a mindset shift, maybe it's a new habit, whatever it is, keep it simple and let it grow from there.
And if you're ready to go deeper, we would love for you to take our free, I need to emphasize that, free course, Building Resilience and Flexibility in a Changing World. It's packed with guided reflections, strategies, and exercises to walk you through this process step by step. It's like having a little support network.
You can find this course along with more free resources on our website, www.resilienceandwellbeing.org.
And if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who might need it. You can also connect with us on Instagram at Resilience and Wellbeing Network to keep the conversation going. We always love hearing how these tools are landing in real life.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.